Okay, this lesson for our Koine project class, we'll look at 1 John 3:9, also Ecclesiastes 7:20 in the Septuagint. And by so doing, we can evaluate how would we approach this apparent contradiction for so many out there, especially when we notice there are solutions and even some of those become problematic. In Ecclesiastes 7:20, the Septuagint, Koine Old Testament, it says, Poti, because anthropos or anthropos, man, uk, not esteem, is not, and this is dikaios, a justified man, it's an adjective, a justified. And then it's also the term where we get righteous, which we can leave out in here for the moment, just for our own understanding. A righteous man is not, a justified man is not in Tege, the earth, in the earth, poese, oh, there we go, poese, os, who will do good, agathon. Some of these are very familiar. That's why you can go to the Koine Old Testament. It helps even reinforce there. Do good. And Kai and Ook. Yeah, Ook and not. Let me see here. The negative particles in front. Hamart. Ace. Etai. Future middle. And will sin for himself. So it says, and will not sin for himself. So it says, because a justified, a righteous man is not in all the earth, there's not a justified man who will do good and will not sin. And then 1 John 3:9, we have pos, every, and then ho. So we have everyone who, because we have a participle here, perfect passive, genam, gene menos. Just kind of word that out, reduplicated stem, you can see that. So everyone who has been, it's passive, notice that, been fathered. And then I'll just remind you and iterate this. Now, this person's always and is always being fathered. The father won't stop fathering, always being fathered. There we go. Sorry about the writing. I trying to hurry. I'm on my way somewhere and hadn't had time for a lot that I would love to do. Out from to Deu, out from the God. There we go. Everyone who has been fathered and is always being fathered out from the God. Hamartion, negative particle, testimony, negative testimony, or negatively testifying. So, it's a noun, I'm sorry. So we have testimony. So we have, and that's the word translated sin. Okay, so is doing upoi a third person singular present indicative active. So I'm going to put no here, and this is anarthrous, so no kind of sin. I'll just put that here, kind of sin. And this is continuous action is always, this is intriguing, really drives home the need for a solution, is always doing no kind of sin because this sperma autou in auto, let me finish that, in auto in him, the one who has been fathered is always being fathered out from God, who is always doing no kind of sin, no kind of negative testimony. It says seed here. This is seed. Now, I recalled saying that this is a metaphor for the Word of God. That's true. There is a word in the parable, sporos, and then this word here. They're both from the same word, spero. So that's interesting. But this is both the metaphor, word of God, and also the product, or that which is fathered out, the person who's fathered out. So of him, so his seed is in him, mene, go over here to poe, is always abiding in him, kai, udinatai, and he is not able, and then we got this again, hamart tanein, present active infinitive, able to be sinning. As I said earlier, to be negatively testifying. He's not able to be negating the Word of God. He's not able to be as the offspring of God, as that which is generated, fathered out from God. He's not able to be sinning. And then it says here in conclusion, because ek out from to theu gegenetai, because out from the God, he has been fathered, and of course is always being fathered. All right, so that's what we'll be working on. This is a first video of perhaps a few, not more than a several, and then I'll conclude it when we finish some other text we'll go through, and then we'll make our diagram, we'll diagrammatically express it, and then bring it all together as a short synopsis. But interesting is that the need to solve, how is there not a righteous man on the earth who will do good and sin not? And then the Bible say that everyone who has been fathered out from the God is always doing no kind of sin, because his seed is always abiding in him, and he is not able to be sinning because out from the God, speaking of the Father, of course, he has been Father, is always being Father. So you have a blessed day and enjoy this lesson.